With global media attention drawn to Nigeria after the 2024 End Bad Governance arrest, detention and aborted trial of 119 minors on charges of terrorism and treason, rights advocates are calling for an urgent review of the juvenile justice system. Well, the case exposed deep systemic fault lines and a worrying pattern of non-compliance with due process. A dialogue focused on examining systemic gaps, procedural weaknesses, and institutional failures across the juvenile system, organized by the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption and the International IDEA, has held in Abuja. Well, stakeholders are proposing practical state-led reforms to improve juvenile justice administration in Nigeria.
A great deal of confusion with respect to how children or juveniles should be handled in the system. We hope that this dialogue clears the air around that confusion and gives more clarity as to how children should be dealt with, especially in consideration of extant laws, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act and law, the different criminal codes and criminal and penal codes of the different states, and the Child Right Act and other laws that give information with respect to how children and juveniles should be dealt with.
I must plead with the federal government and everyone that can do something in their power to visit that Adigbe. That Adigbe is not a good place for children. We have children that have been there for years, going nowhere. Why do we not have a state functioning correctional home for children, juvenile justice for children that they can move and decongest Adigbe? So this is a plea to all our stakeholders, the government especially, to look into this issue.
We are more concerned about the education background, because there's no how you bring someone from having school because he committed a crime, you now cut him off, because his future is very important. At least if he's enlightened, he will not go back to crime. Then the issue of counseling is always there, because the social workers are doing their best to find out reformation, rehabilitation is taking place.
In every situation where a child is in conflict with the law, the best interest of the child must still be taken into consideration, even if that child is alleged to have committed an offense. And so I think the idea of it is not to just dissect that case, but to say that case showcases the challenge that we continue to have with juvenile justice in this country, despite reforms that have taken place